Okay, Kohalayim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakar Kodash. The honors to those apostle, great millstone, Shalom, to the hopeful elect, the righteous. My name is Lamadia, and pretty much what we're going to talk about is we're going to build on the slander that's going to come, and the way these slanders is going to come is by our videos being attacked and taken out of context. Now, the reason we know this is going to happen because it happened in time past. It happened with Yahushua. It happened with Apostle Paul, and we're going to read about it. And these are all things part of the ministry. And these are all tactics that Esau is using to disrupt his word, but the word is already out. There's nothing you can do about it. So now what I have here is a logical fallacies. You have different types of fallacies. You have a logical fallacy, you have informal fallacies, and these are different attacks during different attacks that they use within debates. Now, I'm gonna read logical fallacy is an error in reasoning that weaken an argument, and that's what Esau is going to try to do. Use these different strategies to try to weaken what we're saying, to try to make it seem untrue or to attack us. Now, I said these errors can be in the form of faulty arguments, irrelevant points, or a lack of evidence to support a claim. Essentially, a logical fallacy is a flaw or deceptive argument. I'm going to read that again. Essentially, a logical fallacy is a flaw or deceptive argument that might seem persuasive, but is actually not valid. So this is Esau's strategies, some of Esau's strategies that he's going to try to use against us. Now, keep in mind, it's a deceptive argument. You know, these are deceptive arguments. So let's look at another fallacy, and this one is called a strawman fallacy. Now, it says the strawman fallacy is a type of informal fallacy, occurs when someone misrepresents or distort an opponent's argument to make it easier to attack or refute. Now, we see this a lot with politicians. You ask them a question, and what they do is, you know, they try to pretty much misrepresent what the person is saying. Well, matter of fact, it happened with us all the time. Now, we might teach certain things. Let's say, like, we may talk. Let's say the kingdom, right? We talk about, like, in the kingdom of the nation gonna be in slavery, and they may try to take what we saying and misrepresent it, and try to make it seem that we're gonna go around and start, you know, killing people, put them in slavery, or attempt to put them in slavery, due to pretext that the Lord came to us to say to do it. We never said that. We say in the kingdom that, you know, the Most High, or when the Most High give us the power. Or we might say, let's say we might bring out the scripture in Psalms that speaks about that's they little ones against the stones. They may try to use that and say, well, these guys said they're gonna go around killing babies. So that these were all for a strawman fallacy. And these things happen because, in other words, it's taking what somebody's saying and repeating it and taking the context out of what the person is saying. And now these things happen to to reroute people from the truth. But again, it's nothing but an attack. These are all attacks. So even then, you have something called red herring, a red herring attack, or red herring argument, and that's what a person divert from answering the question by going somewhere else with it. So instead of answering the question, they may answer the question with a question. You see politicians do that a lot. And politicians are known for what? Lying. And that's why Esau is called the devil. The word, we found out the word devil actually means to put a false accuser or false witness. Because that's how they're going to detain us, by bringing up false accusation. So now, let's read Mark 14:55. And it says, and the chief priests and all the council sought for witness against Yahushua to put him to death, and found none. For many bare false witness against him, but they witness agreed not together. And there arose certain and bare false witness against him, saying, we heard him say, I will destroy this temple that is made with hands, and within 3 days I will build it. I will build another made without hands. But neither so did they witness agree together. And the high priest stood up in the midst and asked Yahushua, saying, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witness against thee? But he held his peace and answered nothing. And again the high priest asked him and said unto him, art thou the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed? So they was trying to bring up accusation against Yahushua by taking things he said and removing the context to the scripture, well, not scripture, the statements he was making to bring up accusation. Now, Yahushua said he was the Son of the Most High. They'll try to take that and say, well, he set himself equal with the Most High, which he never did. So they came up with these accusations to try to hinder the gospel. Yahushua spoke about building a temple in 3 days, which the temple represents us. But they took that and made it mean what they wanted to mean. So if this happened with Yahushua, it's going to also happen with us. Now let's go to Romans 3:4. It says, God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou might be justified in thy sayings, and might overcome without a judge. But if the unrighteous if our unrighteousness commend the righteousness of the Most High, what should we say? Is the Most High unrighteous, who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man. God forbid. For then how should the Most High judge the world? For if the truth of the Most High had made more abound through my lie unto his glory, why yet am I also judged as a sinner? And not rather as we be slanderously reported. So Paul was slandered against, because they were taking the things that Paul was saying and taking the contents and trying to flip it. Now it says, as we be slanderously reported, and as some affirm that we say, let us do evil that good may come, whose damnation is just. Because what was Paul saying? Paul was saying that he was pretty much teaching that the Lord is not going to save us. He was teaching that the faithful Yahweh is going to save us. And but a lot of you have people taking what he was saying and taking it out of context to bring accusation against him. Now let's go to 1 Peter 3:12. For the eye of the Lord, give me 1 second. Now it says, for the eye of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you, if ye be followers of that which is good? And if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled, but sanctify the Lord the Most High in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, see, slanders. And that's happening right now, saying we deal with little girls. Now if that was the case, we'll be in jail. We won't be out there teaching. Now it says, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse you, Salakia. They may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Yahweh Shah. For it is better, if the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing. So suffering or slandering is part of this ministry, and you're going to suffer for righteousness' sake. Whereas you have people that suffer for wickedness. But we are not to suffer for wickedness. We're supposed to suffer for the right thing. Let them slander, because it's the Lord that's going to be with us and defend us. So I'm going to end with that. I'm going to say, Kol Alayim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Ukar Kodash. Shalom.